to make sure I got this ready too. Okay. Yeah, I'm doing a few things today. Well, I'm going to share my screen a few times for a few different things tonight. Um, so I wanted to have some images that we could be looking at and that we could use. All right. There we go. There we go. And pause that. Okay. All right. I am ready now. And I think am I on? I am. Okay. There we go. Sorry for all the things. There's Danny. Yay. Hey, Danny. How are you doing, friend? So glad you're here. If you girls want to get out your calendars, I'm going to share some dates and some events that are coming up because, oh my goodness, Saturday is March already. Felt like January took forever and February is like a blink. So let me share what is going on in, oh goodness, you're going to be seeing, hold on. There we go. Want to present here. So just a reminder of what our goals are for February. It is to have 10,000 wholesale, 10 new team members, 7 power up achievers, and 2 promotions. So 2 women moving up to new positions in our unit. As far as what's coming up, so we are going to have another mystery box star party for the quarter 3, and that quarter ends on March 15th. So take a look at your wholesale and what is left to reach that goal. And you can reach that goal easily with parties. Parties will get you everywhere. Parties will get you wherever you want to go. The Mary Kay prize for this month, we have 1 achiever so far, Stacy Best, and that is this Mary Kay branded makeup brush holder with your $700 wholesale order in January. It is a nice big size. I'm very close to earning it. I wanted to have it by now, but I just haven't done my order yet. So I got to do my order to finish it out. But beautiful, very cool gift. Very cool gift. Also, a reminder, if you haven't been filling this out, do fill this out. This is also posted in our Facebook page, but our February prizes, and it is another income producing activity coloring sheet. And so for 12 completed income producing activities, you will get a pack of thank you cards. For 24 completed income producing activities, you will get a pack of lookbooks. And when you complete all 36, you will get both the thank you cards and the lookbook. So we've got some practical things coming your way because I know we've got some practical girls in our unit. Audrey is launching a training series on Mondays, and it is called Moving On Up. Now, this is not for everyone in our unit. It is for everyone in our unit who wants to move up. So if you are not someone who wants to move up in position, don't worry about this event. But if you do want to move up, mark your calendar for March 3rd, 10th, and 17th. It's going to be a half hour from 7:30 to 8 o'clock. Your directors who are training are Audrey Dollar. Her name is spelled wrong. Gina Giuliano and Linda Marvin. It is Audrey's Zoom, which is there. So this will also be posted on Facebook. But you can also write down this Zoom ID now. She does have a passcode, which is 4209. And it's going to be wonderful. It's very, very, very specific for red jackets and beyond. Now, after these 3 sessions, there will be a graduation, and that is going to be the 24th, that last Monday in March. You will have a guest speaker in National Sales Director Heidi Gelzer. Yes. So that is also very exciting. So that is good. So basically every Monday in March from 7:30 to 8 o'clock, you're going to want to be there. What else is coming up is Brittany Jenks and Kristen Sharp are giving us a spring fling event. I want to read to you some of the prizes that they are going to be featuring and giving away. because it is pretty wonderful. I've got it right here. So now you have the chance to win these prizes as well as an unlimited number of guests, okay? As many guests as you would like. So we've got Southwest Airlines vouchers. Who is excited about earning some travel vouchers? Ray-Ban sunglasses, luggage sets, Lilly Pulitzer gift cards, Yeti coolers, Marriott gift cards. Yes, if you're going to go somewhere, stay in style with Marriott, Gucci sunglasses, and more. Now, the registration by March 15th is $10. $10 for you, and that allows you to be entered and an unlimited number of guests of yours can also be entered in for this event. It is going to be live on YouTube. After the 15th, the registration price goes to $14. This is an easy way to connect for bookings, for sales, and for recruiting. And I'm assuming they're going to be following the same format that they have been doing because they've just been perfecting that and getting it more streamlined and more professional every single time. So there will be several speakers that will be, showcasing a product or a set, but then also giving a letter, right, that spells out a secret word. And then when your guest hears that secret word, all of the letters are given, they text you the secret word, and then you enter them in through some kind of Google. No, they didn't do a Google form last time. I think they did something else. Anyway, but whatever they did, you enter in your people, but they get extra entries for booking with you. So they're going to do that. They say they want to book, they get extra entries. If they say want to purchase any of those products or other products that were featured or products that they just need to reorder, sales is going to give them more entries. Joining Mary Kay is going to give them a ton of entries. And so it's going to be awesome. It's going to be great. So you can go to events.pink/spring fling to register for $10. Okay. Or you can scan the QR code here. But yeah, it's going to be awesome. So that is what is coming up. I believe that is all I want to show you from that. I am going to go right into our final Trailblazers training. I've got my packet. Yes, right here. And so we are going to be hearing from none other than Diamond Circle National Sales Director, Jamie Taylor. Yay! So excited. All right, so let me share my screen with you for that and share my sound, and then we will connect afterwards. All right. Hold on. How do I exit this? Is it going to make me go all the way through? Okay. Hold on. Why isn't it letting me? There we go. All right. And here and here.
Hi, everybody. My name is National Sales Director Jamie Taylor, and I know that I'm hanging out with some incredible trailblazing beauty consultants today. So welcome to another episode of our Boss Babe series featuring trailblazers and how you can be a trailblazer in your Mary Kay business and in your life. So welcome. Thank you so much for being here. I'm excited to be with you guys, and I'm excited to get to know you a little bit better. So if you don't know me, I already told you my name's Jamie, and I already told you I'm a national sales director. But a couple of fun facts. I am actually currently the youngest national sales director in North America, which is fun. That was a goal that I had a long time ago, and I ended up reaching that, which is really cool. But position available. If you are younger than me and would love to become a national, you do it, girl. I would love that for you. But for now, I am our youngest, okay? So that's a fun fact about me. I started my Mary Kay business as a 20-year-old in college. It was 2012, so it was 12 years ago. And Yeah, I did not know that it was going to turn into all of this. After starting my business at the age of 20, I went on to, love it through college. I actually earned my first Mary Kay card in college and became a sales director the same week that I graduated and had finals my senior year of college. It was a busy week. I finished DIQ and then went to a final exam and then graduated. So fun stuff. Earned my card during that time, got out of college and decided to embrace my Mary Kay business full time. That wasn't the plan. The plan was to get a big girl grown up job. And I decided to embrace my Mary Kay business full time. And the rest is history. So after that, I earned my first pink Cadillac at the age of 22. I earned my first top sales director trip at 23. And I went on over the course of those next 6 years from earning my first top trip to become a national. I became a national at 29 years old. And oh my goodness, what an incredible journey. And I want to share with you a little bit about the journey. And I want to share with you a little bit today about what it means to be a trailblazer in your Mary Kay business. Now, listen, if I put myself in your shoes as a beauty consultant and somebody said, be a trailblazer, I would be like, I don't know what I'm doing. So I know you can look to your sales director or to national sales directors on these videos that you're getting to listen to and to think, do I have anything in common with her? I don't know. I remember that feeling so well. But in hindsight, when I look back on my first year that I was a beauty consultant, there were so many really cool, great trailblazing things that I was doing that I didn't quite see it at the time, and I can see it now. And so I want to help give you some ideas of what this could look like for you to step into not just being a follower, though I'm sure you're an excellent follower of your leader. I mean, hey, you're participating in our Boss Babe series. You're showing up. I know that about you. I know that even though I might not know exactly who I'm talking to right now, I know that if you're watching this video and here we are at the beginning of the year, that you're somebody who has goals, you want to make changes, you're showing up, you're hungry to learn, and you're open to the possibility of more, right? I know that must be true about you, right? So I was saying, I'm sure you are a great follower. I'm sure you are. But being a trailblazer looks like stepping out of just being a follower and stepping into being a creator, taking an active role in creating the future that you want with your Mary Kay business and how your Mary Kay business can support what you want for your future and dreams that you have. And really just, like I said, taking an active role in that and not just waiting for your leader or a trainer or somebody or the company to tell you what to do. We get to glean wisdom from those people, but the time comes, and for all of us, where it's time to take the baton and it's our turn to run. It's our turn to create. It's our turn to lead. And I want you to know, no matter how long you've been in your Mary Kay business, whether you just started, you're not too early. You're not too young. You're not too inexperienced. You can start leading here, right where you are. Or maybe you've been building your Mary Kay business for a long, long time. It's not too late. It's not too late. We're each on our own journey, right? And when we think about trailblazers and blazing a trail, it makes me think of the opposite of that, which would be a well-worn path, right? So let's explore the differences in the characteristics of a well-worn path and a trailblazer, or a blazed trail, I should say. So a well-worn path, that's going to be something that somebody has figured out for us, right? Maybe a well-worn path that's coming to your mind, like a hiking trail that you love or whatever. Maybe it's something that, it has just been worn down through years and years and thousands of people taking that path so that it's worn for you. You can tell this is the way to go. Somebody else has figured it out. Or maybe it's even like a paved trail. But either way, in these scenarios, the obstacles have been figured out for us. Somebody has already done the navigating for us and they have decided this is the path of least resistance. This is how we're going to go. Hey, That's great. We need those, right? We love and appreciate those well-worn paths, both literally in the physical world, but also in our Mary Kay businesses. There are things that people have just gone before us. They've figured it out for us. This works. So we love that. Okay. We love that. But, there's this part of it that you just kind of follow where the path leads. You'll end up where it ends up. And it's all been kind of figured out for you. But when you're blazing a trail, well, you're navigating the whole thing. You're overcoming obstacles as they're coming at you, and you're trying to decide, okay, am I going to keep moving forward? And how could I go over, under, or around this obstacle? What would be my best plan? And you take an active role in how this journey turns out, but also you're going to make decisions based on where you want to go. If you're blazing a trail, it's because you're trying to get somewhere. So where are you trying to get? And what is going to be the best way for you to get there? Because sometimes well-worn paths, while they are convenient, safe, and easy, are they going to take you to the destination that you want? So the question is, what do you want with your Mary Kay business? What kind of income are you wanting to generate? Where do you want to end up on the career path? What's your wildest Mary Kay dream? Dream as big as you can. Where are you trying to get? Because there are times where we follow the path of things that have been taught to us. And there are times where it's time to lead and go create what we need to create. Okay. So I know this is all kind of abstract. So let me bring it back down to my Mary Kay business. So I told you guys I started in college, and honestly, starting my Mary Kay business was one of the first times I blazed a trail in my Mary Kay business. I don't know if you can relate, but it took an insane amount of courage for me to just say yes to Mary Kay and to order my starter kit. Can anybody relate? That in and of itself was the first time that I was kind of veering off of the regular path of, here I was 20 years old and in college. Of course, I went on to get my degree, but I was on this path. I was looking for part-time jobs. I was looking for, just the regular things that college students do to make extra money. And when Mary Kay came along, this was the first time that I was like, this is a little outside of the box, and it scares me. I'm uncomfortable thinking about putting myself out there, opening myself up to rejection, being embarrassed, perhaps. Saying yes to Mary Kay was the first time I started. It wasn't just that I started my business, I started my trail. And I took a step onto this journey that I didn't exactly know how it was going to turn out. And I knew there'd probably be some obstacles and it might be a little bumpy here or there, but what if it turned out better than I could even imagine? Can anybody relate? I am here to tell you, as your Mary Kay big sister, who's maybe further down her journey than you, it gets really good. So be sure to keep traveling down that path. So congratulations to you for starting your Mary Kay business. But not long after I started my business, I told you I was in college. And a fun fact about my college was it was a Christian university. So we didn't have Greek life. There was not like a party culture or anything like that. And I loved my school experience. But I was booking and really trying to build my business and get in front of people. And I was doing faces and stuff like that. And booking always felt challenging to me. And I look back, I'm really proud of myself for just doing it anyways, because it always scared me to talk to girls on campus and ask them to be a face model. And it was hard for me, but I did it. And I look back and I'm really proud. But a time that I blazed a trail, and this is a small example, but it showed you the way I was thinking. I thought to myself, if somebody were to try to book me, would I say yes to this? Like, these scripts that we get, scripts are great. They're a great place to start. But this was a time where, yes, I was following well. I was a good student of Mary Kay. I would take in the information, but this was a time based on, I was the youngest person in my unit. I was the only college student in my unit. And this was a time that I kind of veered off and blazed a trail and thought, okay, I know all these concepts based on what I'm learning from my Mary Kay mentors, but is there a tweak I can make that would help me to get more yeses? What could help me get more yeses? Because maybe this script in theory works, but will it work really well for my demographic and for the women that I'm trying to book? And so this was a question I asked myself. Well, would I say yes to this? Would I book with me? Right? Have you ever asked yourself that? Would I book with me? Go pull up the last few booking messages that you sent, or reflect on the last time you did try to book somebody on the phone, in person, or through messaging them. Go back and read it. Would you be be really honest with yourself? Would you be like, yeah, I would book? That sounds amazing. If the answer is, I mean, I don't know that I would book, but like I'm sending out my messages. Okay, this is time where you could potentially blaze a trail and go into that creative mode. So I thought to myself, what would I absolutely say yes to? 100%. I would say yes. I just told you a little bit about my college's culture. And I thought, wouldn't it be so great to have a space where we would have an excuse to get dressed up? Because we didn't really have that with our lack of parties and our lack of Greek life. And so I was like, man, if I could come up with some kind of really fun mixer, social gathering, a fun event that I hadn't seen modeled for me anywhere else. I just, bookings and parties and facials. But I was like, could I come up with an event that somebody would say yes to? If I were to ask them, they'd be like, that sounds fun. And so I created a little black dress event. And I invited girls. It gave me so much confidence to literally say to them in class, hey, I'm having this event Friday night. Will you please come? And it gave me confidence to ask them like that. And they said, oh, that sounds like so much fun. I mean, I made little invite flyers. I had a whole theme, everybody. So I was meeting a need. The girls on my campus, they were like, a reason to like get dressed up and like wear a cocktail dress. I'm in. We didn't have things like that. And so I created it. I created something that didn't exist on our campus. And I created something that my Mary Kay sisters weren't necessarily doing. They didn't have to do it, but I did it. And I had a huge event, like dozens of girls come out. I sold a bunch. I added new team members. It was outside of my comfort zone. And I felt in over my head when they were all coming into that event in their little black dresses. And here I was, barely a red jacket, pulling off this event. I felt out of my scope. But I look back, I'm so proud of myself that I had the guts to try something new and to say, would I say yes to this? And the answer was yeah. If somebody tried to book me for this, I would go. And so it intimidated me and it felt too big for me, but I did it anyways. And it wasn't perfect. I'm sure it wasn't. I'm sure I messed things up. But that's where my head was at. When was the last time that you put yourself out there? Maybe put yourself in a place that you're like, I don't feel ready for this. That's what blazing a trail feels like sometimes, but it can take you to where you want to go. I want to share another one with you. I told you I joined in 2012 and I was 20 years old. I just so happened to join Mary Kay at a time in our world's history and also my age was this perfect intersection of the very beginning of social media. So like the year that I joined Mary Kay, I had just gotten my first smartphone. I had downloaded the Instagram app. I had Instagram well before Mary Kay Cosmetics had their own Instagram account. Very few people were on the app when I got it. And so when I started Mary Kay, it was also the time that social media was blooming in the way it was. And for the first time ever, it was in the palm of our hands all the time. Because up to that point, I would only check my social media platforms like on my laptop or when I got home from school, right? Or home from classes. But I was like 6 months into having a smartphone for the first time ever. We were so much more connected than we had ever been. And this was when I started my Mary Kay business. And I started to experiment showing up in my Mary Kay business on social media, on Instagram. And I was trying all kinds of things and sharing authentically my Mary Kay journey. And if you ever want to pull up my Instagram and scroll back 12 years, by all means, go for it. And you can see where I was just showing up. And nobody was modeling it for me, you guys. Nobody was modeling it for me. I did not have a single Mary Kay person to follow on Instagram. I was the Mary Kay girl. And I tried things. And it was awkward. And I got things, and and then the social media guidelines came out years later and I adjusted. And it's so funny because in a way, I was a trailblazer when it came to using our Mary Kay business with social media. And what's so cool is that now there's so many of you out there, you're better at it than me. You are better than me, okay? But I had the guts to get started 12 years ago when I didn't have anybody to copy, right? What is it for you? What is it for you? What's the little thing inside of you that you're like, I feel like I could do this, but like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know who to copy. You should try it. I don't know what it is, but that was an example for me. Another one was I was a sales director and my husband and I decided to move to Nashville, Tennessee. Okay. And I was moving away from the city and state where I built my entire Mary Kay business, my offspring sales directors, and I was moving to a whole new land, okay, with 0 team members, 0 leads, okay? And you want to talk about intimidated, you want to talk about uncomfortable. Yeah, even with the pink car, even with offspring back home and a big old team back home, to start over like that. This was a time that I implemented the concepts of a well-worn path, knowing what works for lead generating, booking, sharing, networking, but also the aspect of trailblazing and just starting again, starting fresh, starting new, with no leads, with nothing except for the concepts that I had learned from those well-worn paths. And that was the time that I just embraced the activity that wasn't comfortable for me. The amount of warm chatting I had to do, it's not my favorite way to lead generate, but when you don't know a single person in town, you start to do it. And to watch something grow from nothing to a couple of leads, to a couple of bookings, to a small customer base, to a team member, to more customers, to more team members, to offspring sales directors, to a national area. It started with some guts. It started with some courage to implement what I had learned and to embrace being a beginner again. Okay. And so what I want you to know is when it comes to being a trailblazer, as a beauty consultant, as a leader that you're stepping into, if no courage is involved, I don't think you're doing it right. Okay. I want you to know, if you're ever feeling in your Mary Kay business a little uncomfortable, okay, you're feeling a little squeezed, you're feeling like, I don't want to do this is scaring me. I want you to know that whatever those things are, you're doing something right. Because I could go back and look at all the events or the vendor shows or the warm chatting, the restaurant appreciations, the asking for referrals, the you name it, the things I did that felt uncomfortable. But what propelled me, my friends? What made me sit in that discomfort of doing things that I didn't love doing, that didn't feel like they came very naturally? Well, it's back to what I was saying. When you're blazing a trail, you got to know where you're going. Okay. And that is what propelled me. As a beauty consultant, as a sales director, and now as a national sales director, what's your true north? Where are you trying to go? And I focused and I marinated on where do I want to go? And that gave me the courage to just take the next step, to overcome the obstacle in front of me, to work on what was next, because I knew where I was going. My friends, if I didn't know where I was going, why would my feet have ever moved? Why would I have ever gotten comfortable? Uncomfortable, I mean. Why would I have? If I didn't have a dream big enough, why would I? So my question to you is, do you have a dream big enough to propel you into trailblazing? Because if not, you might want to take the notes that you took from today and push them off to the side for just a second. You're going to need to know where you're going. And hey, it's not set in stone. The path might change and wind as you go, but what's your next best step? And what's something you could do right now that would be new, that would take some courage, that would make you uncomfortable, but you know, based on the wisdom and the training that you've received up to this point, it would probably be good for you if you embraced it. That's what I want to empower you to do today. So it's time for us to get into our discussion time. Thank you so much for your time. I am so proud of you for showing up to these, and I'm just praying over all of you. The 2025 is your trailblazing year in your Mary Kay business, in your life, in your finances, in just whatever God has on your heart, a place in your life where you want to grow and go to the next level. It will take traveling to the next level. It will take getting on your way and getting on the right path. And sometimes, my friends, you got to make that path yourself. So I'm cheering you on. I love you guys, and I will see you at seminar. Bye, guys.
Well, did we save the best for last?
I
Maybe?
love her.
Yeah. All right, Erica, what'd you love? What'd you write down?
Oh, so much. I love her anyway. When I do check Instagram, she's one account that I go to check on stuff. But um, it was just not necessarily permission, but permission to like do your own thing, um, look at where you want to go so that you can find the courage to be uncomfortable. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I felt like I had that even the other day with while I was at Willow's dentist appointment, like I chose boldness that day because I know where, like I know DIQ, like I know where I want to go. So therefore I didn't want to, but I did. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Awesome.
that's all, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. What about you, Danny?
Wow, that was a lot. But she tapped on some things that I have been, like just going back into like restoking my courage and doing the things that scare me. Like I was remembering when I went on vacation and I just made it a point to go to a restaurant and reach out to passersby, and every stop I made I met someone, and I haven't done that in a while. Creating what I am lacking. That that stuck out. I need to see exactly what
Mm.
that looks like for me here. Um, Even with other consultants in the area. So yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does anything come to mind that you girls feel like you need to trail ablaze with? Something you need to do, be creative with, figure something out yourself, kind of run and lead?
Well, I really like what, the event that she did for the girls. Because I've always thought
Yeah.
that like moms need something
Mm.
like a night out, but not just like like coming to a skincare class is different than getting dressed up and already being dressed up and coming and trying things. So,
Right.
that just kind of like sparked a little
Yeah.
thought there. So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Absolutely. Yeah. What about you, Danny?
Well, I have it's like a little girl in my youth group, and she and her siblings have been pulled in by their grandparents, and I reached out to him wanting to do a grandma granddaughter day because they both need it. She's the only girl, and her
Mm-hmm.
grandma's been through some things, and because of the holidays and then the weather, we've been putting it off. But I've been thinking now she gave me the spark as making it maybe bigger, getting
Mm.
more of her circle, like those girls in the group, the other girls too, and making it an event. Even if I do it in segments here at the house, just invite a couple of them over at a time with their moms and all the things, or a mom who's got four girls, type of thing. So I don't know. I'm ruminating on that even now. So
Yeah, yeah. Well, like I think she all kind of she tapped into like that creative part of our brains of we may all have had things that we've been thinking about, right? And thinking about it, and just getting that permission to and having a concrete training on trail blazing, like blazing a new trail. And sometimes, like the trail blazing may be something that someone else has done, but you haven't done it. So it's a new trail for you, and it's a new trail for you because it's unique to your situation and unique to, where you live and the people who you're with and your calendar and your availability, right? And like your family situation, all of those things. So, I thought that her training was just so spot on. And for me, I love this. If no courage is involved, you're probably not doing it right. Isn't that good? If
yeah.
no courage is involved, you're probably not doing it right. And you've got to know where you're going. She said that many times throughout, right? You've got to know where you're going. Um, do you have a dream big enough to propel you into trailblazing?
Yeah,
Like,
that
is
one
that dream
too.
big?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's like, especially as believers, we tend to shrink back our request
Mm.
to God, and this shouldn't be any different, with where we want to
Right.
go with this, with what our we want our reach to be, where we see ourselves.
Right.
And sometimes it's like, okay, am I shrinking back? You know,
Right.
but
Right.
yeah, dream big.
Yeah. I mean, I remember it was a new concept for me coming into Mary Kay when, I learned from my Aunt Audrey, learned from national sales directors that if you have a dream, that is given to you by the Lord because he, as the creator, has created us in his image, and we are creators as well. And, we are the only, species on earth that can dream and can think of possibilities and can have this imagination and to just trust that the dream that we have in our hearts is given to us by God because he has a purpose in it, right? That he gave us that dream for his will and for his purpose and for his glory. And so to stop questioning it and stop questioning us and stop questioning our motives and just be obedient and just move forward and bathe everything in prayer and um and trust his leading, and trust that if there is something that we're off course with, that he'll correct us. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like we can't, he's all powerful, right? Like he's all powerful. He can definitely correct things. He can definitely, move things around to get us to where he wants us to be. But we won't go anywhere if we just sit still thinking about it. That nothing's going to happen, right? He can't direct a parked car. So, because yeah, that's the way he created us. And yeah, but directing someone who is moving. So something that's come to mind, I don't have an exact goal, except I was thinking about this in the car the other day about, after my mom passed away. You girls, I've heard many times, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what I wanted to focus on. I didn't really have a goal per se, except to know that I wanted to be in activity. So my goal was to be in activity, and that felt like integrity to me. It's like, I'm a director. I'm going to act like a director. And, I was told the 35 alive, 35 contacts a day. And I just started tracking that, and doing that activity led to results, right? And those results got me dreaming again. Like, the confidence came back because I was with doing 35 contacts a day. I had bookings. I was following up. I had sales. I had new team members. I didn't stress myself out to say, well, 10 of those contacts have to be booking contacts, and then 10 of them have to be customer care. And, like, no, that I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that at that time. I just had to do 35, and every day it was different what it looked like. I just had to do 35, whatever it looked like. But yeah, once I started having parties and bookings and new team members, well, then the confidence started building, and then I felt like I could dream again. I felt like I could believe that I could do something. I started to believe that I could earn a premier car, and then I believed I could earn a Cadillac. And I believed I could become a senior director. And I believed I could earn a bar pin, right? Like, the belief grew from the activity. And so I think that's where I'm at right now, coming out of cancer treatments. And I'm excited about being consistent and having activity, and allowing God's leading with those results to show me what he wants me to focus on. I would love to earn a pink car again. And the thing is, I want to take it though. I would take the cash. So it's just like, okay, so it'd be nice to be a pink Cadillac director, but you know, and maybe that'll be it. I don't know. I don't know what the dream will be as a result of the activity. But yeah. So I today went a little crazy. One of my very good friends got the flu with her daughter, and she was signed up to take a meal to a mutual friend who had her double mastectomy yesterday. And so I did the meal, but I needed to grocery shop. Like what I had planned for my family, I could not duplicate for another family. So and then the sick friend, I wanted to bring her, I had homemade chicken bone broth. So I brought, it just didn't, it was a kind of a serving day, but I did get a Calendly set up. Um, for bridal pampering experiences. So I have blocked off dates for when we have spring break with the kids, when it's my birthday, like when we've got things already planned, so that as I make phone calls, I can send them the link. I either can book them on the phone, or I can send them the link and they can book themselves. But the beautiful thing about using something like Calendly is then it syncs with their calendar. It's going to show up in their phone, and they're going to have it in their calendar too. So, because is that what happens with you girls when you book a coaching call? Right, it shows up for you. Okay, I wanted to make sure I understood that. Some of the verbiage in Calendly, like, I feel stupid because I'm like, I don't know what that means. Because I guess I didn't go to business school or something. I don't know. I'm just like, I don't know what this means. But anyway, one other thing I wanted to share with you, a date, and then we'll do our recognition, is March 13th is going to be a guest event. We are not going to send out samples for it because I'm sick of sending out samples and people don't show up. Right? Like, I am just sick of it. So there are lots of people who are doing events quickly, like in 30 minutes, without samples, and selling a ton of money. So, and selling a lot of product and making a lot of money. And they're not selling money, they're making money. And so it's going to be an anti-aging event. It's going to be called the Fountain of Youth. And we are going to quickly go through 10 products. It's going to be repair products, the clinical solutions line. I started using the vitamin C booster, right, with resveratrol, and the hyaluronic acid with ceramide. Beautiful. If you're not using the HA plus ceramide, can I tell you, please do. It is a drink of happiness for your skin. Like, it is just so good. It's so good. And I've used it before, and then I used it up and I didn't open up a new one. Never again. That is amazing. Very passionate about that. Everyone needs it. Everyone needs it. So, all right. Well, let's do our, does anybody else have something that they want to say, or do you want to go into recognition? I want to cut anybody off. All right. Let's do our recognition. All right. So looking at last week, if you sold $1, will you raise your hand? Sold one product, raise your hand. I'm assuming Erica did. Okay, there we go. Oh, Bailey. Oh my gosh. That was really funny, Erica. She doesn't want. Look at
Almost
her.
fell off the
Oh my
couch.
gosh. What's that?
Almost fell off the couch. I'm
I
trying
feel
to
like
open
you,
it. I just, ugh. Anyway.
you open what you need to. You're fine. Tell me when you're ready. That was
I was trying to open up my weekly accomplishments so I could see
you kind of
it.
flipped her. It was really funny.
Anyway.
Right, Danny? Did you see that too?
Well, then she almost fell off the couch. So anyway.
You ready?
Yeah. Yeah, we're good.
Okay. All right,
No,
good.
we're
All
good.
right. All right, look at this. Look at his hair. Look at that. That's real hair. Okay. Anyway, I just saw myself in the screen and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's real hair. All right. So $100, $200, $300. Are we down? Are we both down? Oh,
Yeah.
that's not as exciting as most. Okay. We'll just move on. All right. That's fine. That's fine. I mean, we love all the sales, even the small ones, but I know you girls can do better because you have done better. Okay. So let's talk about bookings. How many parties do you have on your books right now? If you have one party on your book, raise your hand. All right. One party is booked. Two parties booked. Three parties booked. Four parties booked. Yay! Danny, is that three?
Mhm.
Yes. Okay. Congratulations, friend. All right. Four. We've got five, Erica. Six. Okay. Five. All right. Awesome. Were any of those rebooked today, or those are ones you already had?
No, one of them is rebooked, but three of them
Okay.
are this week.
Yes. Okay. Awesome.
So
Awesome. Thursday, right? And you've got Thursday and Saturday?
I have two tomorrow, one
Okay.
Thursday.
Great.
My Saturday morning one is rescheduling, so that I'm down one there.
Okay.
Saturday night I still have one. And then
Okay.
into March, like 2 weeks into March, I have a party. So
Okay. Awesome. I want to do a coaching call with you if you're available tomorrow. In the morning, I have something, but I should be done like around 11 if that works for you.
I can call you if I'm available. I have two parties tomorrow. One is from 9:30 to noon and the other is 12:30 to 3.
Okay. Well, maybe tonight. My question that I want you, if maybe you already know this, but how are you going to share the opportunity that invites them joining right away and placing an active order?
That's a
So,
great question. So I was actually thinking about this today, and everybody for tomorrow and for Thursday, um, I am, gonna share the notebook or whatever, and especially Thursday. Three girls, my cousin, I'm sure she has joined things to get the discount before, and you know what? Whatever. Um,
oh,
the other one is my friend Sarah. So, like, if they want to join for the discount, the deal would be that they join, they place their order that night, and then, like, that's the thing. They have to place the order that night. Um, so, and I would assume I can offer them your free shipping or whatever
yes.
for the other girls. So, I'm gonna
Yeah.
try, I'm gonna, push that.
Yeah. 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 And let them know, like, and we do a party. Like, we're
Yeah,
going to do a party. Like,
yep.
that's just, and we do a party. And so if you can get that booked right away, I know that's very important to Audrey, like get it on the books like the second that they join, that you've got that because otherwise it's like herding cats to try to wrangle them back in, right? For their first party. So okay, good. And yeah, Erica, use that notebook. Like you don't even necessarily have like just trust that you're sharing of your authentic self and then what's in that notebook, the people that are meant to catch the dream will catch it, right?
Yeah.
And just trust the Holy Spirit with that. So fantastic. Okay, good, 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 good. All right, let's do faces. How many faces do you have on your books? Individual faces. If you've got one face, raise your hand. All right, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, okay. So what did your girls get?
I have 6.
I have 7.
All right, good job, Danny. Wonderful. All right, are any of your parties or faces for this week too, Danny?
I thought we were doing 2 separate counts, so that is separate.
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So this
And you've got
weekend
some of
is
them.
4 and 6. This weekend is a 10, 11 total. Praying everybody shows up.
Yeah. Is that Saturday or Sunday or Friday?
The in-person is Saturday, the virtual is Sunday.
Okay. Awesome. 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 All right. Very good, my friend. Okay. And then let's look at Pink Possibility chats or interviews from last week. If you shared with one person, raise your hand. Yay. Well, after these
Have
parties and
any last week.
faces this weekend, you will be in a position to do that. So, okay, awesome. Well, ladies, I will be talking to you. Yeah, I feel like I'm prepared to make my phone calls tomorrow. And my goal is to do at least 10 a day because I'm calling these people. For me to call 41 in one day would be like I'd poke my eyeballs out. So it is going to be, at least 10 a day. I know that'll take me like an hour to an hour and a half, especially if I get people that are answering. Yeah, just keep going with the activity with that. So I love you girls and I will talk to you tomorrow. Thanks for joining.